exactly was this individual that attacked Paul Pelosi? Well, he's a 42-year-old guy by the name of David DePape. DePape? I'm not actually sure how to pronounce his name, but I guess it is inconsequential to this discussion. We'll call him David DePape. There he is on the screen. He's obviously a ne'er-do-well. You can tell by his eyes. He's a drug addict, right? He's a homeless guy. He's a psychopath. He committed an egregious wrong. It doesn't matter the circumstances. You don't beat someone else up with a hammer. But it is really important to look at the background of this guy. He was a drug addict. In fact, Michael Schellenberger, who's been doing really, really good work, we've talked about him a couple weeks ago with his reporting on climate change, but he was one of the first ones to report on where DePape lives and what happens in this hippie commune that DePape lives in. So he lives, first of all, in a nudist hippie commune, which means he's not really living there. He's kind of loosely associated with his house as far as we know. And that's why he's also categorized as being a drifter or being homeless. Well, Michael Schellenberger reports that this house is known for the use of some heavy drugs. This is what Schellenberger tweets. Quote, people come and go from the house and the vehicles, neighbors say, in part to partake in the use of a potent psychedelic drug, ibogaine. They go to Mexico and they get this drug that's legal there, and then they bring it back and they treat people. Okay, so a psychedelic drug. So if this guy is a frequent user of a psychedelic drug and he's part of a nudist hippie commune, well, that seems like those might be the defining characteristics of this individual and not necessarily his politics, when we can't find much, at least as of yet, regarding his political ideology. What we do know is in this nudist hippie commune house that serves psychedelic drugs, there is indication that this commune has very left-wing views. You can see a picture of this house. Outside of the house, hanging in a tree, is a Black Lives Matter pride flag. This is actually a desecration of the American flag, right? It upsets me to see when people take the style of the American flag and fill it in with these very left-wing Marxist ideologies. But there it is, hanging in the tree, right? It's the pride flag, the Black Lives Matter flag. And if you look really closely, where the stars should be, that's actually a marijuana leaf. Yeah, it's a marijuana leaf. So not only do they have this psychedelic drug, what's it called? Ibogaine, also advocating for marijuana. And this is where even some of you guys who we agree on like 95% of stuff are going to come at me for this opinion, and I don't care. Come at me. Bring me your best. I would bet probably $1 million that this guy is a heavy marijuana user. Because what did the studies show? The studies show that marijuana causes psychosis and marijuana causes violence. Come at me. I don't care. I don't care. We've had this conversation before, and until data can prove me wrong, I'm going to stick with this. The media as well, they're going to ignore this reality, but you know, the fact that marijuana causes psychosis and marijuana causes violence, literally standing right there in its underwear, wielding a hammer. I don't know what you can say that's going to convince me differently here. So Black Lives Matter and pride flag, marijuana, another psychedelic drug, a nudist hippie commune. Well, this doesn't sound like your classic right-winger to me.